Hello and welcome to another reading of bad creepypasta. Well, today it's not a creepypasta that I'm reading. I'm going a much different route with this. It's bad fan fiction, an infamously bad fan fiction. It's a bad porn fan fiction. I mean, I figure that creepypastas, yeah, there's a lot of those, but bad porn fan fiction? Oh my god, there is an endless supply of that stuff, and it is great comedic fodder. And yes, I know that Bennett the Sage has already done a series of this, and he actually did this specific episode several years ago. However, he hasn't done anything with that series in several years. So I figured, why the hell not? What's so different between what I'm doing and what he did with that, I guess. So, without further ado, I'm going to start reading one of the shittiest porn fan fictions ever written. Just an absolute piece of crap. Cloud Mows The Lawn. It's a Final Fantasy VII fan fiction, and you know what? Why don't we just start it without further ado? Ado. You know what? Actually, there is going to be some further ado. I've been dropping a couple subtle hints, dropping a couple hints about what this story is about. Just really, if you have a weak stomach and you don't know what Cloud Mows the Lawn is about, please stop watching this video right now. I cannot be held accountable for you covering your computer's keyboard in vomit. Because, seriously, it is disgusting. It is beyond disgusting. I mean, this is like... It's like the text version of Two Girls, One Cup. It's just as disgusting. Well, no, it isn't, because you're not seeing it, but whatever. Anyway, let's start Cloud Mows the Lawn. By Rasso. Tifa knelt by the window, with her arms rested on the windowsill. She sighed in contentment, gazing outside. Cloud was out front, mowing the lawn. His shirt was off, which was a big turn-on for Tifa, his wife of 2 weeks. Tifa laughed as she realized she could stare at him all day. She was rather sad he would finish eventually. He worked out every day, and his chest really showed that. He was the sexiest man Tifa ever saw. If you like short guys with Popeye arms and spiky hair who constantly brood about how hard it is to be them. But yeah, okay, I get that. He does have a big sword, though. Am I right? Yeah, ladies. That didn't make Tifa fall in love with him, though. They grew up together. Wait. No, they didn't. Look, all I'm asking for my porn fanfiction is that people know the source material they're working with. This guy clearly doesn't. That right there. They didn't... Look, if you actually played the game, you would know. Just saying. And they had secret crushes on each other throughout adolescence. Or rather, she had a secret crush on Zack throughout her adolescence. But whatever. Cloud proposed to her the day after their long adventure. And she immediately accepted. She would never forget that moment. When she felt like she and Cloud were alone in space. Wait. Alone in space. Final Fantasy... romance. You know what? I feel like I need to make a point right now, so I'm gonna digress away from this story to make that point.
My words, wishing they would be heard.
Can we all just come together and decide that this song is horrendous? Please? Is the gaming community, can we just admit that? This song sucks! Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's continue with this oh-so-shitty story. Are you getting the subtle hints that I'm dropping yet? Are you? Because, I really, if you aren't, just really, this story is shit, and I'm dropping subtle hints about how shitty this story is. Please, if you're not getting those hints, please don't blame me when you get beyond disgusted by this story, because it is, oh my god, just please. Anyways, back to the story. Oh, hey, that's actually the next line. Anyways, back to the story. I love it when the author points out that they're pointlessly digressing. Tifa was in the master bedroom of the second floor of their new house, watching the man of her dreams cut the grass. I'm sorry, is that what the kids are calling it these days? Cutting the grass? The 20-year-old woman was watching him mow the lawn for the 7th time. Final Fantasy 7th time! Ugh, Jesus. It was a hobby of hers, which kind of shows how sad and pointless her life is. I'm gonna watch this guy, who I'm married to, just mow the lawn, because it just turns me... What the hell is wrong with you, lady? Find a better hobby. I mean, and this is coming from the guy who collects video games and vinyl records. Like, find a better hobby. When I'm criticizing your choice in hobbies, like, seriously. And the fact that they had a huge yard and that it would take Cloud an extra long time to cut it. Watching how strong he was, she would not move for anything. Here it comes. Suddenly, Tifa felt a slight rumble in her stomach, but she ignored it. She was having too good of a time watching Cloud. The best part of the mowing routine... Nice typo. You wrote par instead of part. The best part of the mowing routine was the end, when he would come upstairs to shower. Right before he entered the bathroom, she would ask Cloud if they could take a shower together. You see, there's a better hobby than watching a guy mow the lawn. Shower sex. They would always end up kissing throughout the shower, and they would leave in a better mood than ever. Oh, kissing. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? She was so sure that he would let her shower with her that she wasn't wearing underwear under her black miniskirt. Nice to see that she's actually wearing the same costume that she wore in the game. I mean, it's good to see that you have your priorities straight when you're writing fan fiction. You know, what the characters are wearing as opposed to their actual backstory. She felt her stomach rumble again and sighed. She really didn't want to leave. She wanted Tay-Tay there for the longest time. What? Whatever. She wanted to stay there for the longest time, I guess is what they're trying to say. Watching husband do the yard. Okay, I'm starting to think this guy is writing one-handed. Which is disturbing, considering what the story's about. Of course, she knew he would do it again, and again, and again. But she cherished every minute of watching him. She couldn't bear to stop. This story's kind of redundant. Tifa's stomach rumbled again, louder than the first 2 times. She realized she had to think about what to do, and quickly. She could run and return immediately. And you know what? Pausing right now. This is your last chance to turn back. I've given you ample opportunities to turn back. Please. If you can't handle this kind of shitty, disgusting, vile, repulsive, just stomach-churning, brown material, then don't. Just stop watching. I cannot stress that enough. Things are about to get real crappy. Okay. She could run and return immediately, but then she would miss some of the lawn mowing. Her second option was to stay and clean up after herself, but the fear of getting caught made her feel uneasy. This feeling caused her stomach to rumble more. Tifa looked down. The floor was a brand new and very expensive tile floor. It was not a very pleasant idea for her to mess it up. Are you getting where this is going? Because it's going there. Whatever, muttered Tifa. When a girl has to 4 asterisks, a girl has to 4 asterisks. You know what? I don't know if this was just the blog that I found this story on or the original version, but this one has censorship. It's censoring naughty words. I love the priorities here. I love that that's their priorities. We can't throw in naughty words, but we can throw in what's coming next. In fact, I'm going to read this extra slow in my phone sex voice. Tifa's black skirt was actually a wraparound, and it was easy to remove. Soon, she was bottomless. Tifa took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She pushed and grunted over again until she felt her anus stretch. "This is it," she said aloud, while pushing and grunting. A crackling sound soon filled her ears as the turd finally slid out of her body. It was a hard one, dark brown and compressed together, and boy did it stink. Tifa didn't mind the smell of her own droppings, but she knew it would be difficulty to get away with this. Jesus Christ, what is with the typos in this? I like how that's what's disgusting me right now. The typos. Not the fact that she just took a giant fucking shit on her floor. Like a fucking monkey. Ugh. With Tifa's bleep... censorship, really? Sitting on the floor, she felt slightly relieved. Tifa let out a long, gassy fart. She giggled. She tended to have gassy poops. Oh, yeah. yeah. Someone somewhere wrote this one-handed. Her relief soon ended, however, as she felt another log traveling from her colon to her rectum. She pushed again, and the turd began to slide out. Unfortunately for poor Tifa, it got stuck halfway. "I'll bet that feels good," said Cloud from behind her. Tifa immediately jumped back in shock. She was so focused on expelling what was in her gorgeous bowels that Cloud finished the lawn and came up to the bedroom. So there she was, standing there, in a white t-shirt, white socks, red sneakers, and no pants or underwear. And with 5 inches of... You know what? I'm going to fill in the blanks with the curse words, because it's really starting to annoy me. With 5 inches of shit sticking out of her ass in front of the love of her life. Maybe it's funnier if I just say bleep. Tifa began to cry, and Cloud approached her and hugged her. He didn't care her shirt became drenched with his sweat. She wanted her man. She even felt a bulge in his pants, realizing that her taking a dump turned him on. To Tifa's surprise, Cloud turned her around and lowered her onto her hands and knees. Tifa was puzzled at first, wondering what he would do. But that puzzle was soon solved, as Cloud guided her... his dick word. You know what? I still don't know if this is typing, or if this is a typo or censorship, but it's a weird one either way. Cloud guided his dick toward her anus and the shit that hung from it. Cloud moaned as Tifa's warm poo matched against his dick, and they had anal sex many times before, but never with a huge turd stuck in Tifa's ass. That last sentence had an exclamation point at the end. This is comedy gold. Suddenly, Cloud's dick set the poo that had been stuck in Tifa's ass free. Tifa's rectum expelled a turd. I don't know why it keeps doing that, repeating certain words. I don't know. Maybe just to get around censorship. I don't know. Tifa farted again, and Cloud felt a pleasant breeze on his member. "Thanks," exclaimed Tifa. "Hey, no problem," said Cloud. "I'm going to shower. Want to get in there with me?" You know what? That's only chapter 1. I want to express that right now. That's only the first chapter of this mess. I might go back and read the rest. Maybe. But you kind of get the idea, don't you? Also, there's further proof that the guy didn't didn't play the goddamn game. This is set after the end of Final Fantasy VII, and Eris shows up. Really, look, the one criteria I have for shit porn, shit fanfiction porn, literal shit fanfiction porn, is that you at least know the source material. Am I right? Really? Come on. At least give me that. Oh, dear God, what have I unleashed upon the world?